Welcome to rural Ireland. We're flying over a patch of wetland which used to be a mill pond serving this beautiful corn mill. This small vernacular mill is a little window into the county's industrial past. Mills like this one were once dotted around the Irish countryside, as many as 6,000 in the 1850s. Of these, many have now disappeared completely, and of the ones that haven't, most either stand derelict or have been converted into houses, many of their industrial features gone forever. This mill is a testament to the county's industrial heritage, alongside two corn drying kilns joined together and a cottage, where an entire family would have lived as they went about their daily run-of-the-mill tasks. As preserved as the mill itself, a man-made mill race and a natural stream form the mill's essential infrastructure, while crisscrossing the site, giving it a uniquely dynamic character. The mill has a relatively well-preserved water wheel at each end. However, both are now in imminent danger of being damaged beyond repair. This shelling wheel is sitting in water, possibly supporting some of its own weight since the thick oak shaft has rotted away and collapsed. The grinding wheel would be less endangered, but for the fast-growing tree threatening to break its cast-iron shrouds. Each water wheel is served by a different watercourse, a feature no other mill in Ireland can claim. Equally unusual, this causeway, rather than the more common winch, would be used to haul heavy sacks of grain up to the millstone level, straight from the kilns. From historic maps and surveys, it can be ascertained that the kilns were built sometime in the 1830s and were in operation for some 160 years. The roof has now collapsed and the masonry is in urgent need of repair, some of the stones now precariously balanced and moving as the wind changes. These rounded corners are beautifully built, yet they are a completely functional feature, preventing the horse-drawn carts full of grain for drying from accidentally knocking and dislodging the cornerstones. The mill itself is much older than the kilns. It used to be thatched, but the roof was raised and replaced with corrugated sheets in 1959. The internal works are still in place and well preserved, giving an unspoiled insight into the technology available to our ancestors. The primitive machinery, which is likely original to the construction of the mill, could date to the 1600s, which means it survived and operated for some 300 years before the mill finally closed down in 1969, 53 years ago today. You are looking at a disused eel trap, a feature common to many historic mills. The 19th century Griffiths valuation even lists a fish house on site, the remains of which could be the mysterious stone walls by the cottage. The miller's cottage is remarkably well preserved for a building that has not been occupied in over 70 years. One would not believe it once housed a family of 13 in a single 20 square metre room. The cottage once fronted the main road to the village further east, but only a dirt path remains. When a new house was built for the miller, on the mail coach road, the cottage was left for the use of the kilnman, to keep him tending to the fires overnight. This unique setup is a real time capsule incorporating the essence of the Irish rural lifestyle of the last few centuries. It is a conservation haven, not only for our built, but also our natural heritage, with many different habitats for wildlife and wetland plants, all coming together in this one picturesque site.